Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So the next match day for the Champions League is match day 5 and I'm planning to activate the Limitless Chip. With this in mind, in today's video I'm going to show you my first draft, including the teams that are most likely to get the most goals in match day 5, the most chances of keeping a clean sheet, and some key stats and insights to help you build the ultimate side for match day 5. If you're planning to use the Limitless Chip in match day 5, this video is for you. Even if you're not, you might be curious of what a Limitless side looks like for match day 5. Before we get started, if you do like this video, do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. I'll be doing plenty more UEFA Champions League Fantasy content as well as FPL content over the season, so hit the subscribe button, you can see all my content moving forward. Anyway, the intro out of the way, let's just get into the video. So when you activate the Limitless Chip, you can make unlimited transfers for one match day. You've got an unlimited budget, so you can buy all them players that you want. You're not tied down by budget. And when you do activate the Limitless Chip, the match day after, you go back to the side that you had before you activated the Limitless Chip. So for example, if you use the Limitless Chip in match day 5, once you go to match day 6, you'll have the squad that you had in match day 4. One other thing that I want to mention, but it's a bit too late now, if you do activate the Limitless Chip this match day, you won't be able to roll any transfers over. So if you didn't use all your transfers in match day 4 and you activate the Limitless Chip in match day 5, you only have 2 transfers in match day 6. So none of them transfers that you didn't use in match day 4 will roll over to match day 6. This is the same case when you activate the wildcard, no transfers roll over. Anyway, that's out of the way, let's just get into building a squad. So here we have the Tuesday's fixtures, and I've put them in a bit of a graph from top to bottom with the best fixtures to the worst. So Napoli have got a really easy fixture against Karabag at home. They've got a good chance of getting a lot of goals and they've got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet. Then in second we've got Galatasaray. They've got a good fixture and a good chance of getting a lot of goals. In third is Man City. Leverkusen isn't the easiest of fixtures, but they've got a good chance of getting a few goals and keeping a clean sheet. There's also players from Dortmund and Juventus that we could target players from. But first of all, let's start buying some players from the Tuesday's fixtures, so we've got a bit of a mix from Tuesday and Wednesday's matches. So I've put the fixture ticker on the graph as well as the team selection video so you can see why I'm making these decisions. So let's start building the squad, and in goal I've gone with Milenkovic-Savic. He's got the best chance of keeping a clean sheet. On the Tuesday, he's got a 0.64 chance of keeping a clean sheet. Because we've got an unlimited budget, you can get Donnarumma instead if you fancy him. I just feel like Napoli have more chance of getting a clean sheet. Leverkusen could easily score against Man City. Man City was at home against Dortmund last match and they conceded against them, so they could easily do it against Leverkusen in match day 5. Into defence, and I've got Gvardiol. I know I've just said that he might not get a clean sheet. With him, there's a chance that he could still get an attack and return, even if they do concede, and there is a chance that he does get some ball recovery points. This Man City spot isn't locked in. It could be easily with somebody like Aït-Nouri, if we think he's going to be starting, because he could get an attack and return. I'll have to wait closer to the deadline to make that decision of who I think is going to be starting for them. I know picking a Man City player is a bit hard in defence because there is a lot of defenders and they could rotate any of them. But the luxury we have with this build is you buy a lot of players that are really good on the Wednesday as well. And if he doesn't play, you just put him on your bench and play the players that are playing on the Wednesday instead. Then I've doubled up on the Napoli defence and got Di Lorenzo. Again, it's not locked into being Di Lorenzo, it could easily be any of the Napoli defenders. They've just got the best chance of keeping a clean sheet in match day 5, so I thought it would be really good to have a double up. And as you can see on the Tuesday night, there isn't many defenders that you think they're going to keep a clean sheet and potentially get an attack and return. You could go for somebody like Benzembiani at Dortmund, he keeps taking the penalties. Or you could go for somebody like Kelly at Juventus, they're away against Bodo Glimt. Into the midfielders, now I've gone with Phil Foden. He got 2 goals from outside the box in match day 4, so he got 17 points. He seems to be starting a lot more regularly for City this season, so I think he could be a really good asset for match day 5. Then we've got McTominay at Napoli. They're expected to get 2.19 goals in match day 5. With Kevin De Bruyne injured for a few months, I do think he'll be getting a lot closer to the goal and being the key man. Again, it's not locked into being McTominay. You could easily go for somebody from Galatasaray like Sane, or you could go for somebody like Adeyemi at Dortmund, or you could go for Yildiz at Juventus. There's still 3 weeks to decide this, and we'll see how they get on form-wise. And whoever's doing the best, I'll probably buy them into my side. And then for the forwards, I've gone with Erling Haaland. With an unlimited budget, I thought you might as well just get him. They're expected to get 1.94 goals in match day 5, but when Man City score this season, it's usually him that scores them. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did score 2 goals, that it would be him that's scoring both of them. Then the second striker that I got for Tuesday is Osimhen. They were expected to get 2.29 goals. He got a hat-trick in match day 4, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 2 goals in match day 5 against Union SG. If you didn't fancy either of them, you could get Guirassy at Dortmund, or you could get Vlahovic at Juventus. I personally favour Haaland and Osimhen because I think they're more likely to get the goals. These 2 players are just lethal in front of goal, and I do think they'll score goals if they do get a chance. And the 2 teams that they play for have got more chance of getting more goals this match day. So that's it for the players that I buy on the Tuesday, and I think I would captain Osimhen on the Tuesday. The team's got the best chance of scoring goals, and I do think if they do score goals, he's more likely to get the goals for them. And the positive that you have in UEFA Champions League and using the Limitless Chip, the Wednesday's fixtures and the players that you've got will be all good captains that you could choose from. So if Osimhen doesn't do well on the Tuesday night, you can change the captain on the Wednesday. Now let's look at the Wednesday's fixture ticker for Matchday 5 and Liverpool PSG are at the top. Then we've got Copenhagen Sporting, Real Madrid and Monaco just below them. I think it'll be out them 6 sides that you buy from. So with this in mind, let's start buying the players for the Wednesday's fixtures. And yet again, I put the graph on the screen so you can see who they're playing, what the goal chances are, and what chances they've got of keeping a clean sheet. Into the goalkeepers, and I've gone with Alisson. You could easily go with another goalkeeper from the other 5 sides. Then into defence, and I've doubled up on Liverpool's defence and got Van Dijk. I do think he's locked into my side. The reason he's locked into my side, I think he's a good chance of getting ball recovery points. I think he's a good chance of getting a clean sheet. And I think he's got a good chance of getting an attacking return from a corner of a header. And with the other Liverpool defenders, there's a bit of a risk that he might be rotated. And you don't really want that on the Wednesday. Then the other player that I've bought is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet, but he's also got a good chance of getting an attack and return. I've gone with Mendes. This isn't locked in. I've only picked Mendes because I've seen that Hakimi got injured in matchday 4. So if your Hakimi's fit, you could easily pick Hakimi instead. If Hakimi's fit, you could double up on the PSG defence and get him instead of Trent. Into midfield, I've currently got Doué. I know he's injured at the moment. There's a little bit of a rotation risk that he might get dropped, so you could easily go for Barcola instead of him. Or if you don't fancy that, you could go for somebody like Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid. And then my third PSG slot is on Khvicha, but this could obviously change. If you get Hakimi in defence, then you have to take one of these players out your side. And then the last midfielder, and I've gone with Salah. Liverpool have got the best chance of getting goals in matchday 5. And if Liverpool do score, you do expect that Salah will be involved at some point in them goals. And then the last forward that I've picked is Mbappé. They're away against Olympiacos in matchday 5. If you didn't use your free PSG slots, then you could go for somebody like Dembele, but he went off injured in matchday 4. Then for the Liverpool forwards, we've got Gakpo, Ekitike and Isaac. They're all really good players and they could easily score a lot of goals in matchday 5. But the problem we have with the Liverpool players at the moment is we don't know who's going to be starting, who's going to play the full 90 minutes and who's actually going to get involved. Because I don't think it's the wisest move to buy a Liverpool player and then on the Wednesday they don't play and you get 0 points out of them. Let's say, for example, you buy Isaac and then on the Wednesday you'd sub him in for somebody that got 1 point on Tuesday, then he doesn't play and gets 0 points, you've lost out on a point. But at least with Mbappé, you know he's going to be starting, you know he's going to be on penalties, and you know if the Real Madrid score, he's more likely to get the goals. So on the Wednesday, if Osimhen doesn't do well as a captain, you can get somebody like Doué, Salah, Mbappé or Kvaratskhelia instead. I think with the PSG team, the goal gets spread out a bit more, but with Liverpool and Real Madrid, you do expect Salah or Mbappé to be involved in them. So now I'm just showing you the days that they're playing, and you can rotate your squad. So everybody with a number 1 they play on the Tuesday, and everybody with a number 2 play on the Wednesday. So obviously you start all your players that are playing on the Tuesday. If they don't get many points, then you could sub them out and play all the players that are on your bench on the Wednesday. I put a graph with all the best fixtures and all the teams that I will be targeting players from. And I've got players from Napoli, Liverpool, Galatasaray, Real Madrid, PSG and Man City. You could get players from Copenhagen Sporting, Monaco, Dortmund and Juventus. So finally, this is my first draft for the Limitless Chip for matchday 5. Get in the comment section and let me know who you changed and who I've missed out. And also rate this squad out of 10, I'd love to know what you think of it. Before I finish, I just want to say if you do enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button because I'll be doing plenty more UEFA Champions League Fantasy content over the season. I also do FPL content, so if you do play that game as well, you'll like that content that I do. I've just built a wildcard draft for game week 12. If you are playing FPL, then you'll enjoy that type of content. My aim is to get 500 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you are watching this and you did enjoy it, hit that like and subscribe button. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.